Amen. Well, who's ready to praise and worship the Lord? Amen. Who's ready to have church? Yes. Who's ready to see what God has for you today? Yes. Hallelujah. Let's worship Him.
Yes, amen.
Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord. I want us to do something real quick. Not necessarily real quick, but I want us to do something. We've had somebody that was injured this morning, and I want to ask this church family to come together and pray. Sister Brenda fell off a report last night, and she fell into, from what I understand, one of Jason's precipitating saws. All those make a bad cut. I've had those myself. But she hurt her arm, she swelled it up. She texted me this morning about 9 o'clock. But Sister Brenda's not going to be able to be here today. So we need to pray for her. Amen. We need to pray right now that God will touch her, that God will heal her. Amen. Let this be a quick work. Amen. Let's go to the Lord in prayer right now. Lord God, we love you this morning. Lord, we ask you, Lord, to touch Sister Brenda, Lord. We pray that you touch her body, Lord, whatever it is, whatever damage has been done, Lord, you are a God of healing. Put her in your hands right now, Lord. We ask you to do a quick work in her body. We ask you, Lord, to heal anything, Lord, that is out of place, anything that's been damaged. In the name of Jesus, we loose you in her life right now. In Jesus' name, Lord. Lord, I pray that you get the glory, the honor, and the praise out of this healing, out of this deliverance, Lord. In Jesus' name. Let it be done, I pray. In the name of Jesus, this day. Hallelujah. 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 Praise God. If you got an infirmity today's your day, because I feel in the Holy Ghost there's going to be some healing in this house today. Amen. In the name of Jesus, right now. In Jesus' name, just go ahead and claim it. If you don't feel like worshiping, worship anyway. If you don't feel like pressing, press a little hard. If you don't feel like opening your mouth, yell, scream, whatever you have to do. Don't leave this place without Jesus done. He can work you in your life. Because it's here today. In the name of Jesus. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
When the trumpet of the Lord shall sound and time shall be over,
It's a privilege. It's an honor, but it's a privilege. Amen. Amen. Praise the Lord. Brother Bob Joe, would you mind taking up our offering this morning? Praise the Lord. We're just going to receive our offering and tithing right now. Lord, we love you this morning. We thank you, Lord, for all that you're doing, all that you've done. Lord, we ask you now to receive these tithes, Lord, receive these offerings. Lord, we pray that you just use them, Lord, for what you need them to be used for in the kingdom. Multiply them, Lord. Just let it be greatly used, Lord, in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Praise the Lord. The Lord woke me up this morning with this song on my heart, and I think there's a whole lot of people in this room who echo. Victory in Jesus. Psalms 116. I heard all the story, how I saved me from glory, how He gave His life on Calvary to save the wretch like me. I heard about His broken, Lord is precious.
get victory in.
That's right.
You can't do it. That's also, you can't get victory in poverty. You have to get victory in Jesus.
Amen.
And it's got to be victory. Victory comes from Jesus.
Amen.
Boy, I've been having a good time this week. If you have not been able to be here, everything is taped. You won't get to feel what we feel. Not like the same. Brother Joe Revelation here with us Wednesday night and preached as good a message as I've heard him preach.
Amen. That's right.
Brother Jesse preached for us Thursday night. I preached on Friday night.
Yeah. Amen.
Break last night. This morning, we've got two young men here. You ready this morning, Brother TJ? You ready, Brother Steve?
Yes, sir.
So we're going to hear from these two. They're going to kind of tag team this morning. And then tonight, I don't know who's going to preach that, Brother. The other did. We're just going to leave it in the hands of the Lord, and we'll see what the Lord wants to do from. And maybe all of us. But we're just going to follow the leading of the Holy Ghost today. I want to ask Sister Laura if she'll come up here and play and sing a song this morning, if you wouldn't mind. Praise the Lord. I called her off guard. That's all right. Introduce me tonight, please. There you go. I have her Brother Jeff with us this morning. Brother Thomas, I want you to change me over from here to there.
Okay.
I'm going to turn it off.
Bless the Lord.
The Lord's been so good to us, and everything's been going on crazy for us in our world in the last little bit. But God's got everything under control and in His hands. And there's an old song. My heart can sing when I pause to remember. Heartache here is but a stepping stone along the trail that's always winding upward.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. There you go.
There is whatever. Thank you, Sister Dog.
Thank you.
Brother Judge, while you stand there, go ahead.
It's good to be in the house of the Lord this morning.
Amen.
I'm so thankful. Sister Darla made mention the chaos that our world's in. I'm thankful for a place of refuge.
Amen.
Amen.
Hallelujah. I'm thankful that I can come. Amen. Let my mind be upon Christ this morning. And there's a peace that passes all understanding.
Amen.
That only He can give. Amen. I'm thankful that I can find it in the house of the Lord.
Amen.
Amen.
We had this revival scheduled. Well, I had it scheduled, the Lord put it in the schedule back in February. I wasn't sure exactly what was going to go on. The only thing I knew was Brother Everett was supposed to be on the first time.
Right.
And then all the coronavirus stuff hit, so kind of held on to see what God was going to do there. And we were able to get back in.
Thank God.
I felt the Lord directed me to do an in-house revival.
Amen.
Use our in-house ministry. This has not been a mistake.
Amen.
This has been equipping of the church for what is about to come.
Amen.
And I'm thankful for that. God's going to give us what we need.
That's right.
Not always what we want, but He's going to give us what we need.
Amen. Amen.
And we've been getting that. And I do want the saints of God in here to go back on YouTube and watch these last few nights. If at all possible, you need to do that. And I'll tell you something that I told the kids, I believe it was the other night. And I told them, I said, I want y'all to remember something. I said, just because you're not in the house of the Lord, don't mean that the word that went forth ain't for you. If you had an opportunity to be here and you was supposed to be here, and you're not, the word's still for you. And you need to go back and listen to it because you're going to miss something.
That's right.
Amen.
Amen.
So we need to make sure that we listen to what the Lord had to say. Not about you listening to me or Brother Guthrie or Brother Trevor. All we were was conduits.
Amen.
That's all we were. That's all Brother Steve is. That's all Brother TJ is. We're just conduits. The Lord uses these vessels to speak through to us. Amen.
Amen.
I want to ask Brother Steve to come on up here. And I want him to just come. I know he's got a word of the Lord for us this morning. And Brother TJ is very pleased about this. I felt this order, so there we go. And so Brother Steve, just deliver your heart and Lord's word.
Yes, sir. I'll do my best.
You know, let me have my life.
I guess the thing that the Lord gave me on this thought is the reality. You know, what we're living in. You know, we've been hearing a lot about it. You know, the other day I was looking at it there in North Carolina. And even Jamie was talking to me about it, what his mom was going through there in Fayetteville. You know, I was seeing all the tombstones and all the paintings and how they just tore that graveyard all to pieces. And, you know, my mind went back to Noah. You know, Noah dealt with some things that we're going to have to deal with today.
Amen.
Because it says it's the very thing that Noah fought is the very thing that we're going to fight in the end. The same wickednesses that all went on that God destroyed them over water, but this time He's not going to destroy it with water, He's going to destroy it with fire.
Amen.
And brimstone. What's fire and brimstone? You ever seen it, brother? I hadn't ever seen it.
No.
They didn't even know what rain was,
That's right.
but they learned it.
Amen.
Amen.
They drowned them.
Yes.
In Genesis 6, chapter 6, 5 through 9.
Bless Brother Steve.
And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in earth, and that very imagination of the thoughts of their heart, only evil continually. And it repenteth the Lord that He made man on the earth, and it grieved Him at His heart.
That's right.
And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and all the creeping things, and the fowls of the air, and it repenteth me that I have made them.
That's right.
But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord.
That's right.
These are the generations of Noah. Noah was just and a perfect man in his generation. And Noah walked with God. Pastor, will you pray?
Lord, bless us this morning.
Amen.
I pray that you'll just let the word of God go forth, Lord. Let us obey, let us receive it in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
And the title of this message, Living Life to Gain Your Destiny, or to know who He is in your life. You know, Steve McMinn is just a vessel. He's just nobody.
Right.
But the day that God entered into my life, I became a somebody.
Amen.
You know, I became a living soul. You know, Pastor said it a while ago, and it's just a confirmation of what I was supposed to be teaching on or preaching on or whatever it's called this morning. But it's so what are we exactly? Do we really know who we are? Do we really know who we are? Because God, whenever He entered into our vessel. He entered it, so we carry on His vessel.
That's
So the
right.
very works that God did whenever He was here, we should be able to continue on with those vessels. With the work that He did, that we should be able to be willing to let God work through us, that He can perform, can keep performing
Amen.
works.
Yes.
You know, Pastor said it Friday night that he wants to fivefold ministry in the church.
Amen.
That's the very thing we ever figure out. See, the devil, he wants to keep us not knowing who we are.
That's right. That's right.
He wants to keep us down, he wants to keep us in life.
That's right.
He don't want us to get in the spiritual realm, he wants to keep us in the life.
Yeah.
He don't want us to know who we are, because if we ever find out who we are,
Amen.
we're going to
Come on.
We're going to be different in this generation.
Yeah, that's right.
Some of the things that we have thought and only dreamed about, God says, I'm fixing to do it. I found the people that I could work through.
Amen.
I just wished I could get this message out the way it feels in my heart.
Come on, brother.
Come on.
This morning, I'm telling you.
Amen.
Bless Brother Steve.
But Noah found grace in God's eyes.
Amen.
You know, Noah was a drunkard. If you look at it, you read your history, Noah was a drunkard. Now, I was looking, I didn't see it where Noah preached, but it probably, it's not in the Word, but it's probably in there. But I was looking, Noah built that, he worked on that ark for 120 years is what it took for him to build that ark. And he built it by himself because his boys got big enough that they could help him.
That's right.
That's right.
God used that man and that generation that were saved was Noah's and Noah's family.
Right.
You know, so sometimes we may feel like we're beating a dead horse, that we don't seem like we're getting anywhere.
Right.
But you look at Noah. Noah worked continually. He did not quit. He did not stop what he was doing. He may have got down. He may have got out. But that man continuously doing what God asked him to do. He obeyed God.
Yeah.
And in the end, he's seen a great work that God done in his life.
Yeah.
You know, I could go through the whole entire Bible this morning and talk about different folks, heroes of the Bible, I guess you could say. There was Esther, there was Ruth, there was different ones that helped their generation.
That's right.
And the next one that come to my mind was, see, David knew his destiny. David knew as a little boy what his destiny was. You know, sometimes I dealt with it whenever I first got here. I told Pastor, I said, I fight with it every day to figure out who Steve McMinn is. You know, I was bullied in high school, bullied in school. But the day that they put a basketball in my hand, my whole world changed.
That's right.
I didn't no longer get bullied, Brother Gumphrey. They done something different to me.
Yes.
They treated me different because I could play ball.
Amen.
It was just like, hey, this kid's good. We need him on our team. So the thing that seemed like, you know, it didn't seem much. But so I put all my time and energy in the basketball because that's what I enjoyed. That's because people looked at me different. People treated me different.
That's right.
Whenever you're in this thing right here, folks, you're going to get treated different.
Yeah.
You're not going to get treated the same way. They're going to look at you different.
That's all right. Amen.
They're not going. There's friends that you once had. They're going to be gone. They're not. But if you ever figure out who you are and your destiny,
Amen.
you're going to have an impact that nobody's going to be able to.
Amen.
Nobody's going to be able to change.
Amen.
Nobody's going to be able to determine who you are.
Amen.
That's right.
That's Brother Steve.
1 Samuel 16, in verse 11. And Samuel said unto Jesse, Here are thy children. And he said, There remaineth yet the youngest. And behold, he keepeth the sheep. And Samuel said unto Jesse, Send and fetch him, for we will not sit down until he come hither. You may seem like you're the littlest one. May seem like you're not going to be able to amount to anything. But God can take the least among us and turn them into the greatest.
Amen.
He can take these children right here that you may not see a whole lot of right now. But he could take one of these. These right here could be the next prophet. This right here could be the next king.
Amen.
This right here could be the one that's going to be the next generation that's coming up. And he said that there's a generation that comes up that knew not God.
That's right.
But as long as we put this in them, there's not going to be a generation that's going to go over that. Knowing who we are, our destiny, to gain our destiny. Sometimes life, we can't get through life. I've lost friends this week. 33-year-old, I lost my friend this week. 2 days ago, he was at my house. He helped me. 33-year-old, the man left this world due to a bad drug he got a hold of and didn't even know he was on drugs.
Yeah.
Amen.
Folks, we're never promised tomorrow. We have to live today like we didn't know tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
And in His heaven.
Amen.
You know, Jesus, whenever He was here, He knew His destiny. He knew what He was supposed to do whenever He walked into this world. He said, I've got to go about my Father's business. And at the age of 12-year-old. Sometimes we go through life, we don't know what our destiny is. We have no idea. Life sometimes can really throw us a curveball.
Right.
And we don't know how to get through it. We don't know how to press through it. We don't know how to even, Lord, have mercy. How are we going to even make it through the next day because of life?
Amen. That's right.
Because of the pressures of life.
Amen. Right.
But we have to put our hope in God.
Amen.
We have to put our trust in Him.
Yes, sir.
Hallelujah.
How can we make it without God? There's no possible way.
Amen.
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 You know, there's my neighbor. You know, we was talking about him. How can you be so angry at something that you have no control over, that you want to blame it on somebody? That's the thing about this world. It wants to blame everybody. It wants to pick and choose who it can and who it can't blame something on.
Amen.
If it's your fault, so be it. If it's not your fault, then go on. Don't let it get you down to the point that I did that. I lived that. It took getting a hold of a pastor that would listen to me to help me get through that. Because it's things that gets in your mind. It does things to your mind.
That's
right.
Sometimes your mind is a powerful thing.
That's right.
And it will keep you down as long as your mind's not right.
That's right.
That's right.
Amen.
Sometimes we can't see outside of their little square box. We can't see out of. That's where our spiritual folks come in. Our brothers and sisters in Christ. That's where they come in.
Amen.
Because they look into your life and they say, we see this. We see this. We're speaking things in there. I can't see it. I can't see it. I'm blinded. I can't see a thing what's going on. I can't see outside my box because I've been in this box for so long. I've been in this situation so long. I can't see my way out of it no more. But that's when your spiritual sisters and brothers say, hey, I see something. God spoke to me something last night.
Amen. Amen.
Bless Lord. Bless my brother.
Lord, help me. Because life, it gets to us.
That's right.
I've been living in this thing for 15 years, going through this situation, and I hadn't seen no end to it. But I've had spiritual brothers and sisters that can look into the situation and say, Brother Steve, we see a light at the end of the tunnel. Hold your head up, brother.
Come on.
It's coming.
Come on.
What is your destiny? Whenever I never did grow up without a dad. I never did grow up with a dad. Don't know what it's like to have a dad. But I know what it's like to have spiritual dads.
Amen.
Whenever I grew up, I looked to men in the church. And I picked them to be my mama and dad. Because a lot of times, I got a great mom. I'll never replace my mom. But I think there's still mamas in the church that take me under their wing. And they talk to me and they teach me things. They encourage me. I got spiritual grandmas.
Amen.
I look to people in the church because that's where you gain your strength. You can't gain your strength from outside this world. You're going to be left in a hole that you found if you don't find you some spiritual leaders in the church.
That's right. That's true, Brother Steve. Yes, sir.
It's beautiful how life is. Wouldn't it be nice to see a person with autism, a person that's got curled limbs and stuff like that. You just be able to go up to them and says, have compassion for them, and all of a sudden their limbs straighten out.
Yes.
Amen.
You know, that's where God is wanting to get the church at. That's where He's wanting us to go to.
That's right.
Amen.
Because that was the very works that He did, that's what we did. That's our destiny.
That's right.
That's the things that God's trying to get us involved
Yes.
in.
Hallelujah. Come on.
He's trying to move us forward.
That's right.
We've been stuck in a hole for long enough. It's time for us to come out. It's time for us to figure out who we are. It's time for us to figure out, hey, we are somebody. We ain't nobody no more.
Amen.
He's trying to put us on a pedestal. It ain't nothing that we're doing ourselves. That God, through us, is wanting to put us on a higher pedestal. He's wanting to put us at a higher calling.
Yeah.
In Matthew chapter 26, bear with me just a second. Let me get my scripture here. I got it. Hallelujah. Well, I got it marked, but I don't know what. Let's go on.
Hallelujah. Thank
I want to talk about Paul a minute. Before he became Saul, before Saul became Paul, he crucified the Christians. He was a murderer. He was somebody that was totally against God. But he didn't even have no thought. He didn't even have no thought of what he was doing. He had no thought of what was going on. He was wanting to persecute the Christians, brother. He thought that's what his life was supposed to be until he met God.
That's right.
That's right.
Acts 9. (1 through 12). And Saul yet breathed out, threatening and slaughtering against the disciples of the Lord, went out unto the high priest and desired of them letters of Damascus to synagogues, that he found any of the way, either they were men or women, and bring them bound unto Jerusalem. Well, hold on just a second. Whenever you're in this walk, you are going to be persecuted. You are going to be bound. The very things that went on in the Bible days are the very things that's going to happen today. You're not going to be exalted by every man. You're not going to be liked by every person. You're going to have enemies. You're going to have, don't let that bother you.
Amen.
Don't let that get you down.
Yes. Come on.
And he desired, and as he journeyed and came near to Damascus, suddenly there was a shine around about him, and a light from heaven. And it fell to the earth, and heard a voice saying unto him, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? And he said, Who art thou, Lord? And the Lord said, I am Jesus whom thou persecutest. It is hard to kick. It's hard for thee to kick against the pricks.
Right.
And he trembled and astonished and said, Lord, what wilt thou have me to do? And the Lord said unto him, Arise and go into the city, and it shall be told thee what you must do. And the men which journeyed with him stood speechless, heard a voice, seeing no man. And Saul rose from the earth, and he went with his eyes were open, and saw no man. But they brought him to Damascus, and he was there for 3 days without sight, and neither did eat or drink. And there was a certain disciple of Damascus named Ananias, and him and the Lord in a vision. Ananias he said, Behold, I am here, Lord. And the Lord said unto him, Arise and go into the streets which thou hast called straight, and enter into the house of Jerusalem, for one called Saul of Tarsus. For behold, he prayeth. And he seen in a vision a man named Ananias coming in, and put his hands on him, that he yet received his sight.
That's right.
You know, whenever you're in this walk of life, you're blinded.
That's right.
That's right.
That's the reason why we've got pastors. That's the reason why we've got teachers.
Amen.
Amen.
To see into your situation, to change your circumstance, because you can't see what's going on. You cannot see
That's right.
the things that are, because we're blinded. We might not be blind like Paul was for 3 days, but we're spiritually blind.
Amen.
Amen.
We cannot see the things that God's got for us.
Yes.
And that is the reason why he said, over there in the Old Testament, it says, God let them see. Then whenever he opened his eyes, and there was a multitude around him. They had a multitude of an army.
Amen.
That's right.
We may not spiritually be able to see, but God opened our eyes, we can see what you got in store for Iron Hill Pentecostal Church.
Amen.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Thank you, Brother Steve. Praise the Lord.
Amen.
Good word.
Hallelujah.
Good word.
What the Lord's doing is calling us to step up.
Right.
Amen.
Yeah.
Calling us to leave our comfort zone and be our brother's keeper.
Amen.
Where he's taking us to.
Yes.
Brother TJ, I want you to come if you would. Bring us the word.
Thank you, Lord.
Hallelujah.
Amen. Bless the Lord.
Love these two young men. They're good men.
Amen.
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 Love these young men.
It's a good thing. They both figured me. It's a good thing. Feel that way. Praise the Lord, everyone.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Well, I was wondering where the Lord was going to send me. This Holly's asked me all week. And many of you know I've unfortunately had to go back on the road for work and stuff. So, and Holly's asked me all week. She said, "You know what you're preaching about? You know what you're preaching about?" I said, "No, not really." I said, "Lord ain't gave me nothing." And Lord all of a sudden told me, he said, "I gave you something back." I just kept looking. I actually had this wrote down back in December. Lord
Amen.
gave it to me. I didn't know as far as when or really truly what this was even going to be about, but Lord told me sitting over there where I needed to go as Brother Steve was talking and stuff. So
Amen.
Amen.
But it's just more confirmation, I think, on what you felt about Brother Steve going first and stuff. I'm going to go to a spot in the Bible that many, I know me personally, I had no idea who this was or anything in the Bible until I got to do a little studying. We're going to go to Amos. We're going to go to chapter 4. I'm going to start at verse 6 and go through. I had 11 down, but I think I'm going to go through all the way to 13. And I also have given you cleanness of teeth in all your cities, and want of bread in all your places. Yet have ye not returned unto me, saith the Lord. And also I have withholden the rain from you, when there were yet 3 months to the harvest, and I caused it to rain upon one city, and caused it not to rain upon another city. One piece was rained upon, and the piece whereupon it rained not withered. So 2 or 3 cities wandered unto one city to drink water, but they were not satisfied. Yet have ye not returned unto me, saith the Lord. I have smitten you with blasting and mildew, when your gardens and your vineyards and your fig trees and your olive trees increased, the palmer worm devoured them. Yet have ye not returned unto me, saith the Lord. I have sent among you the pestilence after the manner of Egypt. Your young men have I slain with the sword, and have taken away your horses, and I have made the stink of your camps to come up unto your nostrils, yet have ye not returned unto me, saith the Lord. I have overthrown some of you, as God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Come up unto your nostrils, yet have ye not returned unto me, saith the Lord. I have overthrown some of you, as God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, and ye were as a firebrand plucked out of the burning, yet have ye not returned unto me, saith the Lord. Therefore thus will I do unto thee, O Israel. And because I will do this unto thee, prepare to meet thy God, O Israel. For lo, he that formeth the mountains, and created the wind, and declareth unto man what is his thought, that maketh the morning darkness, and treadeth upon the high places of the earth. The Lord, the God of hosts, is his name. Pastor, would you pray? Thank you. You may be seated. Just to kind of give you all an idea, I know me personally, I had never heard of Amos. I just did. And I was like, Amos. You got to study and stuff. He's a prophet. He's from the southern kingdom of Judea, but he was called to prophesy to the northern kingdom of Judea. And as we was going about reading and this and everything, just kind of let y'all know, this right here is basically a message for Israel. He was prophesying to them about the Lord coming. Well, as Brother Steve was talking about Noah earlier, I'm sure Noah, as he said, I've heard it preached my whole time. I've been in Pentecost since I was 12 years old. I've heard it preached all my whole, I'm 26 now, so was that 16, 17 years or whatever? My whole time I've been in Pentecost, I've heard it preached. The Lord's coming, the Lord's coming. I'm sure Sister Martha, you've been in Pentecost for a lot longer than I have. And I'm sure just about ever since you've been in it, you've probably heard the Lord's coming next. Well, I'm thinking it's true. It's not going to be long. The Lord's not going to tarry much longer. And as far as what the Lord's given me this morning, I'm thinking it's a call for the church. I know a lot of y'all have been keeping up with his name just completely escaped my mind. Brother, Bishop Pratt, sitting there basically calling the church to spiritual warfare, basically. It's time that we get ready for the coming of the Lord. It's time that we as a church are standing out on the street corner. This whole COVID-19 junk that we just went through, that was just a part of God's call, I believe. He called us outside these four walls to be out there in that parking lot, to be preaching to other people, preaching and reaching the lost. It's time that we as a church go out and tell the world, hey, the Lord's coming. It's time for you to get serious. You know, guess what? It's time for pastors and preachers and teachers to start preaching fire and brimstone is hot, so hell so hot that you can feel your skin start to crawl.
Yes, sir.
I personally, I'm preaching to myself too, y'all. I'm not just trying to. The Lord's called me, not just to basically sit by and just let the world go about and do what they want. It's time that, I mean, how many of us, okay? I'm sitting here thinking earlier, me and my kids was to walk in, how many of us, if the biggest, baddest drug dealer in Decatur County was to walk in here and sit on that pew right there, how many of us would come in with our family and sit down right beside him because they sit on the pew that we normally sit on? Or we'd get up and move somewhere else?
Come on.
No, that's not right. All this racism stuff, this Black Lives Matter and everything that we've been seeing,
Come on.
it's opened my eyes. Yeah, I understand. People, when you think racism, you think of color. No. You can be racist just as well as that drug dealer that just comes and sit down and that drunk that just comes. It's time for us to get rid of this mindset that we're in and stuff about everything. It's time for us to reach out to them people and say, yes, come on in here. God loves you. Yes, the end time is coming. It's time for you to be baptized in the name of Jesus and filled with the Holy Ghost and complete the plan of salvation. It's time, church, that we stand up for what we need to do, for what we are called to do. For we are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, the Bible says, a peculiar people. We're different. We're called to be different from the world. Yes, Jesus was different from the world, but do you see him straying away and leaving the drunkards and all that stuff? No, he said, come on in here, brother, come on. Yeah, he wrapped his arms around him. He loved them. He showed them compassion. It's time we as a church, we stand up and reach out to the lost and the ones that, the undesirables. It's not time to push them away. That drug dealer that could have walked in and sat down on that pew that I could have pushed away, he could have been the key to hundreds and thousands of souls in this county. Amen. It's time we as a church stand up for what we are called to do and answer the call.
Heard that word time too, hasn't you? Thank you. You'll praise the Lord. It is time. It's past time. I talked about that Friday night, about how that, you know, this world there's a lot of prejudice. And everybody wants to make it about color, but it's not just about color.
That's right.
It's not. There's a lot of prejudice out there against the church.
That's right.
But there's a lot of prejudice in the church.
Amen.
We gotta get by that. There's no prejudice in Jesus.
Amen.
We gotta do a lot of kill. We can't be prejudice. We gotta love everybody.
Yes, sir.
He loved the leper just like he did his apostles.
Amen.
He loved those that weren't perfect. I talked about that the other night. He had a woman he was much married. Amen. Wasn't living right. And she was with a man that she wasn't even married to then. And he had to get the apostle to go away so that he could go and talk to her because of their prejudiced ideas, so that he could have time to be able to talk to her and tell her about what he had to offer. And that's where we're at right now.
Amen.
We've got to put any prejudiced ideas or any prejudiced sentiments that we have, we've got to set those aside.
Yes, sir.
It don't matter, I told you, it don't matter about what they look like, what they smell like.
Amen.
They're not, people are coming to this church and they're going to keep coming in that don't look exactly like, they don't fit that cookie cutter mold that Pentecostals are supposed to be.
That's right.
We're not worried about tradition. If we are, we're going to be lost.
Amen.
We've got to worry about what the word of the Lord says and worry about God's idea of who's supposed to be saved.
Amen.
Who did he exclude?
Nobody.
He said he came to save the world.
Amen.
The world, not just the world in the day that he walked on the earth, but the world for eternity. This world is established. Jesus wants you.
Amen.
He wants your brother. He wants that prostitute. He wants that. My God.
Come on, go ahead.
He wants
Yeah.
He wants each and every one.
That's right.
So how wrong is it for us to say you're not welcome? And how do we do that? You can do that with your mouth just as quick as you can do it with a
That's right.
drink, a look.
That's right.
You can do it by somebody come in and sit down and get up and walk up. Somebody walk in instead of shaking their hand.
That's right.
Hallelujah. This church is a loving church. We love folks. We accept folks. But there's still prejudices in our minds that we need to work on.
That's right.
Every one of us.
That's right.
Whether you mean to or not, it's easy to fall into that trap.
Amen.
No, I'm perfect. You'll believe other lies too. Amen.
How many times did they put labels on Saul before he became Paul? And look at him, he was the one that wrote most of the New Testament.
Yeah. But I am going to say one thing. Paul did know God. Paul did know God. Saul did. He knew him. But he knew him as the God of Israel. He didn't know Jesus.
That's right.
Amen.
That's exactly right.
He thought he was doing God's will to persecute Christians. But it wasn't until the Lord opened his eyes to who he was. And then he became Paul. He became God's chosen one.
That's when God changed his name.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Amen.
But we've got to get our minds set.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. And you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and hit this. There must be forgiveness. If we're a child of God, there must be forbearance. If we're a child of God, well, there must be forgiveness in us.
That's right.
There must be forbearance in us.
Amen.
The Lord does not have to forgive you if you will not forgive.
Amen.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
We can't look down our noses at somebody just because we've had a bad experience with them.
That's right.
We can't judge them and write them off because they hadn't lined up with our way of thinking.
Amen.
Amen. We've got to have love for them. We've got to have forgiveness for them. We've got to have understanding for them if we're ever going to get the same back from God.
Amen.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. We must be alert. And that's what it is. It's alert. It's being alert. How would I feel? How would I want them to treat me? If we can't get that concept out, Pat, I don't see how we can ever live for God. I don't see it. Because we are to be our brother's keepers. We are to love. The Lord said, I give you a new commandment. Love thy neighbor as thyself.
Amen.
You love yourself enough to make sure that you do everything that you can to go to heaven? And you need to love your neighbor enough to make sure that you do everything you can to take it to heaven.
Amen.
Good.
That's good.
Hallelujah. He didn't say, be baptized, repent, be baptized in Jesus' name for the remission of your sin. I'll fill you with the Holy Ghost and you can sit on the pew and die. He said, I'll give you, after you receive the Holy Ghost, you will receive power that you can witness unto all the world.
Amen.
With that power comes responsibility. With that power comes duty. Comes duty. Anybody ever been felt like somebody's been prejudiced against you?
Amen.
It don't have to be, like I said, it don't have to be about color. It don't have to be about race. It can be just simply because, well, like Brother Steve said, it may have been because people didn't think that you were exactly like them, so they wanted to push you aside and ridicule you and pick on you. When did they change their mind? It was when you had a new value put on yourself. When they seen in their eyes something that made you special. You were special before.
That's right.
They just didn't see it.
That's right.
We're a peculiar people. The world doesn't see our value.
That's right.
God does.
Amen. Amen.
God sees our value. And He sees the value of that one that you just said something to that offended him.
That's right.
He sees the value in that one that you think, I just wish they would go on somewhere else.
That's right.
He sees the value in that one you just gave him. Snide remark to him.
Amen.
Come on now.
Come on.
This is tough preaching. Well, it's not
That's
me.
true.
This ain't tough preaching. This is instruction. This is instruction for a church that this is a good church. I love this church. I love these people.
Amen.
But we're still flesh.
Amen.
I catch myself in mindset sometimes and I think, what in the world? So I know if I do, I'm human, so are you. So I know if I do, you find yourself in the same position.
Amen.
Sometimes I've been on the receiving end of that.
Amen.
And you know what's easy to do is you get to the point to where you think, well, if that's the way they're going to be, then I'll just come off the list. I just want food today. That ain't where we got to be, Sister Jewel. That can't be where we're at. That can't be. Because probably we can't be in that mindset. We've got to love this world unconditionally. Why? Because we're Christians. We have the Spirit of God in us. We're filled with the Holy Ghost. We no longer are our own. When you're filled with the Holy Ghost, the presence of God, now you are His temple. Praise God. You remember what Jesus said in the temple when He overturned the table? You remember? He said, this is the house of prayer. And you have turned it into a den of thieves.
That's right.
Thieves. What is that? They were just selling stuff over there. They were changing money. They were doing all that. You don't think that everything Jesus says has multiple implications? I call this a house of prayer. He said, I set this apart to be a house of prayer, and you have turned it into a den of thieves. You've turned it into a place where you still joy, you still relationship, you still happiness.
That's right.
We got to be careful. God calls it a place of prayer. But if we're not careful, we'll turn it into something that's completely out of line with what God wants us to be doing.
That's right.
But I didn't mean to do that. I know we didn't mean to do that. But by our attitudes and by our relationships, we're being watched. We're being judged. We are Christians. We're the children of God. We must be about our Father's business.
Amen.
Remember Jesus said, I have meat that you know not about.
That's right.
Amen.
You get, with meat, you get strength.
That's right.
He got strength. Why? Because he went and spoke love. And he spoke direction into a woman who should have been completely shunned according to traditions, according to common custom. She should have been shunned.
That's right.
Jesus said, no, she's still worthy. I still love her. I'm still going to go after her. I'm still going to go talk to her. I know these words are with me. I haven't got their mind cleaned out completely yet. I haven't got them walking in the straight and narrow, so I'll go by myself. But I'm going to reach this woman.
Amen.
I don't care what everybody else thinks. I'm going to go talk to her.
Amen.
I'm going to make a change in her life.
That's right.
Anybody else want to be like Jesus?
Amen.
I want to be like him. Stand with me this morning.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
I know we hear preaching. And it's always, most of the time, it's just about bringing the word. It's just about, well, you know, John did this, Matthew did this, Jesus did this, Noah did this. It's always there. Every bit of that word is teaching us about how to relate with each other and how to relate with God.
That's right.
Sometimes it gets quiet when you start calling out people's imperfections.
Come on.
That's right.
And when I say people's, mine too.
Yeah.
Why? Well, you don't do that very well there. I said, yeah, I'm flesh. You broke me out bleeding. You burned me out hurt. I'm still gonna mess up just like anybody else will. For all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God.
Amen.
But rejoice not against me. For when I fall,
Amen. Amen.
Lord, we love you today. Lord, we ask you now. Lord, just direct our minds so that we can have a mind of God. Lord, this is the only way that we'll ever be able to treat everybody the way that they should be treated, the way that you want us to treat them. Lord, I pray that a mind of Christ will be upon each and every one in this house, and each and every one, Lord God, under the sound of my voice. Lord, let us be your ambassadors. Let us be, Lord, exactly what you need for us to be, so that we can affect the kingdom of heaven, so that we can do exactly what you have called us to do, so that we can walk in your will. Lord, we love you, we praise you, and we give you the glory, the honor, and the praise. The church said, Amen. Amen. God bless you. Amen. Hey, didn't these young men do a good job? I want y'all to come back